president makes this clear. The news here isn't that he's having success. It's that the American people finally have relief after 8 years of economic stagnation. And the media is not covering it. That's the story of 2018. And we're not hearing it. If you watch CBS or NBC or ABC, you don't even know that this is happening.
Do you worry if voters aren't hearing it, that that's going to have a negative impact for Republicans in 2018 or 2020?
Well, I mean, ultimately, they look at their paycheck, and it's going to be getting bigger in 2018, right? I mean, you have pay increases across the board, take-home pay is going up, more money in your pocket should translate to votes. But we know that the mainstream media, they are diametrically opposed to this president, and they're going to come up with every excuse to make it seem as though the president isn't the reason for it. And they've already started doing that. That's how I know that this is going to happen. They say, oh, the economy's cyclical, the stock market's cyclical, you know, Obama set up all of this, he deserves credit for this. But, you know, we have common sense, and we look at the last 8 years where things just didn't feel like anything was getting done. And the contrast is extremely stark, and the American people are smart enough to know why this is happening.
Do you think that the negative media attention that President Trump gets, because we had showed earlier on the screen for the viewers at home, the Pew Research Center, because you had mentioned it in what you're talking about.
Sure.
And the fact is that we've seen President Trump has gotten 3 times more negative coverage. I think it was in his first 60 days of office, according to Pew Research. So does this have a galvanizing effect for those who support the president? Because do they view this as, the president is under attack, as you had mentioned, that he's being treated unfairly, that, there's a lot of positive things going on in their life in terms of the economy, but they're not seeing that on their television screens. They're not seeing that when they're reading it either. So, in your estimation, does this have a galvanizing effect?
Well, Republican confidence in the media, Republicans' belief in the media is down to 14%. Only 14% of Republican voters in this country believe that the media is giving anybody a fair shake or reporting real news. So this didn't happen overnight. This isn't just about President Trump. The reason President Trump was elected was because Republicans were fed up, and they finally took a stand against the mainstream media's rhetoric. They finally took a stand against the talking points that have come down from on high from the DNC, as we saw with the email leaks, literally going to writers at the New York Times, telling them how to carry out a story. So they're finally taking a stand and saying enough's enough.
All right, real quick, yes or no, does he ever take it too far? All right, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there.
I'm not gonna. President, I love you.
All right. Harlan, thank you. I thought yes or no would maybe. All right, thank you. Happy New Year.